Hi everyone, honored guests, distinguished participants, dear friends from Israel and around the world, good evening to you all, afternoon. We gather here today in Jerusalem, the holy city, and I'm grateful for the opportunity to address you today during this significant and emotional week between Holocaust Day, Remembrance Day, and Israel Memorial Day, and on the eve of our Independence Day. These are days when the Israeli heart beats with double intensity, with sorrow and with pride, with remembrance and revival, with grief and with hope. But this year, more than any other, these emotions feel sharper, more painful, and more real than ever. Since October 7th, the state of Israel has been facing one of the most difficult times in its history. An horrific attack on innocent civilians that were murdered in cold blood. Families were shattered, and more than 50 of our citizens are still being held hostage in Gaza. As we remember the 6 million Jews who were murdered in the Holocaust, we cannot ignore the terrible truth that even today, in 2025, Jews are still being killed simply because they are Jews. History is not just a part of the past. It is alive, and it demands from us moral clarity, courage, and a deep sense of national responsibility. As Minister of Culture and Sports, it is my duty not only to promote Israel creativity, but to ensure that Israel's story is heard. In a world where public debates is still often twisted and where our legitimacy is challenged, we must speak the truth with pride, with conviction, and above all, with a clear voice. Even in a time of war, we choose to create. In the face of threats, we choose to live. And on days when we remember our fallen, we also choose to believe. I welcome this important summit, which brings together true partners, people who understand that this is not only Israel's fight, but a challenge for all who believe in freedom, in justice, and peace. Thank you. The Jewish people have always stood strong against the darkest of times through identity, values, and determination. And that is exactly what we will continue to do today. From this place, from Jerusalem, I call on the world, stand with us, not out of fear, but out of understanding, not in hatred, but in hope, because Israel's fight is a fight for truth, for life, and for the right to exist. And now, I would like to invite you to enjoy later a very special performance, a culture performance, a moving musical tribute by Israeli singer Hagit Yasso. She will perform today. She was a winner of A Star is Born in Israel. By the way, also my son won this contest. Yeah. and she is a resident in the city of Sderot. On the horrific morning, on October 7th, Hagit was a victim of the terror attack. She went out for her morning run when the attack began, and she was forced to hide from the terrorists who tried to break into the shelter where she and others were hiding there for 7 long hours. That day, 4 of her running partners were murdered. Hagit herself believed she was saved thanks for her keeping of Shabbat. Tonight, in her performance, the music performance, Hagit brings us a living testimony of memory, of resilience, and of the unbreakable spirit of the Israeli people. Thank you, and have a good evening.